Generally speaking, I like Bill Hemmer. I think he's a good Fox News anchor. He's never really too biased one way or the other. But in this clip, he just got absolutely raked over the coals by Stephen Miller of the White House. Man, Miller knows exactly what he's talking about. This man is one of the most knowledgeable people I have ever seen in the world of politics, and how he can just absolutely dismantle all of these arguments that are made from leftists. I'm not saying Bill Hemmer is a leftist, but Bill Hemmer brought up the leftist arguments about this deported illegal immigrant from El Salvador, which this is just an insane story to begin with. But this is one of the rare times that things got really tense on Fox News between just your casual news anchor and the Trump administration. We're going to watch this. Literally, check out that quote right there. Stephen Miller looks at him dead in the face and says, "I hate to do this to you, Bill, but I have to correct you on every single thing you said because it's all wrong." We're going to get into this, but before we do, my name is Clayton Kearns from TrendingPolitics.com. Make sure that you like this video. It just takes 2 quick seconds, so please do that. It helps us out. It helps us to outpace the liberal channels here on whichever platform you're watching this. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel. That would help us out so much. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers. We're at 22 as I film this, and we're gonna try to get to 30,000 here within the next 30 days. So please help us out in that venture. Let's get into this. As you know, the media is sitting here saying that the Trump administration mistakenly deported somebody to El Salvador, when the plain facts of the case are that this man was here illegally, he had received final orders of deportation, and he is a citizen of El Salvador, okay? Doesn't, like, some of the little details that these people are throwing out do not matter at the end of the day. He doesn't have a right to be in our country. And that is the topic at hand. Let's watch this masterclass. I'm not going to even interrupt. We're not going to even watch the entire, I'm not going to even interrupt once here. I'm going to analyze after. This man just absolutely puts on a masterclass. And Stephen Miller is just, I mean, he is just a dark horse MVP here in the Trump administration so far. Let's watch this.
Motor through a bunch of things here, okay? Here's the argument on topic number one. DOJ said a federal court cannot compel the executive branch to engage in any mandated act of diplomacy or incursion upon the sovereignty of another nation. So your argument is that you don't have to bring him back home, but will you?
So I want to correct, I hate to do it, Bill, but I got to correct you on every single thing that you said because it was all wrong. First, we won the Supreme Court case. Clearly, 9-0, a district court judge said unconscionably that the president and his administration have to go into El Salvador and extradite one of their citizens, an El Salvadorian citizen, so that would be kidnapping. That we have to kidnap an El Salvadorian citizen against the will of his government and fly him back to America, which would be an unimaginable act and an invasion of El Salvador's sovereignty. So we appealed to the Supreme Court, and it said clearly, no district court can compel the president to exercise his Article 2 foreign powers in any way whatsoever. DOJ called me after that Supreme Court ruling, and they said, this is amazing. We won this case 9-0. We are in excellent standing here. So this has been portrayed wrong for 72 hours in the media. They said the most a court could ever compel you to do would be to facilitate return, which would basically mean if El Salvador voluntarily sends him back, we wouldn't block him at the airport. We would put him back into ICE detention, and then he would be deported either back to El Salvador or somewhere else. The Supreme Court said that is the most the government can be expected to do. So we won the case handily. The misreporting on this has been atrocious.
Okay,
Secondly,
I appreciate
he was
the
not, no, Bill, it's
clarification
important.
that's the case.
He was not mistakenly sent to El Salvador.
Okay, so do you still
He's
believe
an illegal
he is a
alien
member of
from
MS?
El Salvador. Hold on, this is important.
Watch this. This is very, very important to pay attention to this part here. This is what the media leaves out every single time, is the plain facts of the case.
In 2019, he was ordered deported. He has a final removal order from the United States. These are things that no one disputes. Where is he from? El Salvador. Where is he a resident and citizen of? El Salvador. Is he here illegally? Yes. Does he have a deportation order? Yes. A DOJ lawyer who has since been relieved of duty, a saboteur, a Democrat, put into a filing incorrectly that this was a mistaken removal. It was not. This was the right person sent to the right place. Now, some have said, Well, but he had a thing called a withholding order. So a withholding order means you've been ordered deported, but an immigration judge is saying you cannot go back to a particular country. Here's the thing. If you are a member of a foreign terrorist organization, you cannot have a withholding order. Since he's in MS-13, there is no withholding order. Furthermore,
answered my question.
The gang that he is accused of being persecuted by doesn't exist anymore in El Salvador. The 18th Street gang is gone. So you have an illegal alien from El Salvador. Bill, where are we supposed to send the illegal alien from El Salvador?
You haven't even
to
allowed
what
me to
country?
ask you a question. Are you convinced he is still a member of MS-13? That was your original charge.
Yes. But here's the thing, Bill. Yes, but here, not only am I convinced of it, not only is El Salvador convinced of it, Bill, he's an illegal alien from El Salvador with the deportation order. So his only options in life, Bill, his only options in life are to be deported to El Salvador or to be deported to some other country. That's it. He has a deportation order. So, Bill, you tell me, what country should we deport him to? Tell me, please. Tell me.
So Marco Rubio on Sunday morning said this. On Saturday night, another 10...
Okay, that was insane, okay? Like, I am just like, I cannot believe where we're at in our country to where it is so unbelievably clear what should happen to this man, okay? He is an illegal immigrant from El Salvador who has orders of deportation. Yet the media is acting like we just deported some random guy on the street. They are literally treating this as if, oh, the Trump administration just accidentally picked up that random guy and deported him to El Salvador, and this is just a travesty of justice. Are you serious? Like, I mean, it's like you almost, it's like 1 + 1 is 2. Just how they say there are more than 2 genders. No, there is not. The plain fact, see, what the media is trying to say is that, well, you know, it's not fully clear if he's a specific member of MS-13, but it has been proven by different appellate courts that he was a gang member in his home country. So let me ask you a question. First of all, here are more facts. He also entered the country illegally. But if he would have entered the country legally and said, hey guys, told the immigration officer, by the way, I want to tell you, I am a gang member in El Salvador. But can you please let me into your country? Do you think under any administration, I mean, maybe under the Obama administration, Biden administration, but do you think that any rational ICE officer or immigration officer would say, yeah, man, come on in. You're a gang member? Yeah, come on in, bud. No, absolutely not. There's a reason why he came into this country illegally, okay? It's because he knew he wouldn't be able to get into our country legally. And so they are acting like this is some sort of civil rights travesty, like we're violating some American citizens' rights, civil rights, and that's just not the case. This man is, as Stephen Miller says there at the end, there are no other options in life. He cannot stay here, okay? He is an illegal immigrant who entered illegally, stayed illegally, and did not cooperate with ICE. And even if there is suspicion that he is doing gang activity here, he can't stay. But even if he isn't, guys, there's a lot of truly 100% peaceful people here who are here illegally, who also should be deported. And now I guess, you know, there's certain things based on case-by-case basis, but when you are talking about the borders and barriers of your country, as Trump always says, we cannot have a country if we don't have a border, if we don't have immigration laws. Does Mexico, does Italy, does France, do all these people just let illegal immigrants stay? If I went to Italy and I overstayed my visa, are they just going to be okay with that? No, they're not. I am half Italian. My grandmother came from Italy, from Sicily. I can't even go over there based on blood right anymore because their immigration laws have become so strict. Okay, like I can't, you know, just sit there and overstay my visa and be like, hey, well, my grandmother was born here, so I'm fine. No, all of these countries have rules, they have laws, and we need to finally implement those laws. And I know that the other liberal administrations didn't want to do that, but at the end of the day, we have to finally do that because we are a country. So let me know your thoughts below. Do you feel that this man should have been deported? Yes or no? Please comment below. And if you like this video, please make sure to click the like button. It's all it takes 2 seconds. And if you're still watching this and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Come on, you gotta subscribe. So do that real quickly and I will talk to you soon.